another man. I was thrown into confusion. For all the world I thought was true was nothing but illusion. So now I'm a liar, I'm a loser, I'm a bastard and abuser, and I'm wondering how much slower can I go. I've been beaten, I've been bloodied, I've been broken and betrayed. Wondering how much slower can I go. Even though I know it's wrong, I wish my pain upon the world. I curse the lives of lucky men. Into this hell I hope they're hurled. I was once a good man. Now I'm living in this hell. 'Cause I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bastard and abuser, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go. I've been beaten, I've been bloodied, I've been broken and betrayed, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go. So I'm wondering how much lower can I go.
Say make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Say take money, money, take money, money, money.
Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. The root of all evil, I don't agree with that. It's hard to do when you riding around with 10 racks. Golden Arches, St. Louis, I'm the Big Mac. St. Petersburg, Russia, you can find it on the map. I'm so cold I could spit the snow. That's why they call me Nitro with the nicest flow. On the real, man, I hate it when they call me bro. It's getting on my nerves like these bills and these haters, yo. Cheer, a grown man with a loaf of bread. I keep a stack of Benjis right under my bed. Check it, my shoebox is the stash spot. I used to keep my scratch at my dad's house. I got a deadline, so I need the cake. I need a plan, so my duckers don't try to escape. Yeah, I'm always looking for the currency, a large amount, call it a pretty penny. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. You got a $5 bill, put your hands up. You got a $10 bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $50 bill, put your hands up. Holla, holla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla.
Happy Sunday, fellas. I got bug bites galore. Dude, I got so many bug bites. Guys, I told you I went hiking on Saturday. I did not bring bug spray, and holy shit, I am a noob. I am the noobest of a noob. Holy guacamole. Basically, my back is full of bug bites. It's so itchy all day today. I've been trying not to itch it, man. It's been brutal, dude. But, you know, we're here. You know, we're not going to call out of work, you know, because of some bug bites. So, you know, I'd be a little bit of a pussy if I called out for bug bites, man. You know what I'm saying? Stupid. If you ever called out of work for bug bites, oh, Lord, man. You got to think of it. What's going on, Anderson? Mike. Hamilton. Walter. Scan. Big Dome. SNR. What's going on, fellas? Well, today, I know a lot of you guys are so focused on the short-term time frames, guys. I'm going to start out with what I'm talking about today. You guys need to zoom out a little bit. Like, you guys are stuck on this 15-minute time frame, calling it a dump. You guys need to chill, man. All right, what we're going to talk about today is on the weekly chart, okay? This is not short-term time frame stuff. I've told you guys, I don't give a shit about the short-term time frames at this point. If you're trading this 1% moves with 100x leverage, by all means, have fun with that. But today we're going to talk about the weekly time frames, all right? And we did get a signal which called the pump back in January, okay, which is the hash ribbons buy signal. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, we've talked about this signal all the way back since 2020, right? And this is one signal that is undefeated for Bitcoin. This signal has not gave you a false signal in the history of Bitcoin, right? You could say a lot of signals give you false signals. This one has not. Now, obviously at some point, this time could be different, right? It's easy to say this time will be different and whatnot. But let's talk about the weekly time frame today, fellas, because we have to basically confirm it in 58 minutes here. But this is one of the things that we were waiting for a couple weeks ago, and we got the capitulation signal, but we didn't get the buy signal. Now it looks like we're going to close this candle in 57 minutes. Unless we see some huge shenanigans in the next 57 minutes, we should be getting this buy signal on the hash ribbons. So we're going to talk about that today and what's happened for Bitcoin, the times that has gone off, and why this week, honestly, I'm hoping for some red, because I am not going to fade the hash ribbons buy signal, because that's been a losing strategy in the past based off stats, and why I'm hoping for some red this week. I want a nice red week for some buys. Give me some nice red weeks on some of these altcoins. Bitcoin, I'll take a red week this week, because I know within the next few weeks, based off history, Bitcoin will go higher if it's gonna be like the previous buy signals in the past. All right, so let's get this shit. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, man. Drew, so you're gonna stay streaming for 56 more minutes? Drew, I'm gonna stay on the whole time today, just for you, buddy. Drew, did you go rock climbing this weekend, man? I went hiking up a mountain. That's not the same as rock climbing. It's actually way easier. It was actually the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Maj, it was easy, right?
It was not a mountain.
It was like a hill. It was a hill, but I like to be cool and say I hiked a mountain, but I really didn't. I hiked a hill. It's like back in the football days when you did a sprint up the hill. Basically how it was. It was so small. It was so small, man. But, you know, we did it, and we paid for it with some bug bites here, but it's okay. We'll live, you know, we'll live. What we got? Crypto Chris, Blaze, Squirt, what's up, buddy? Randy, Cold Crypto. Mike said, Drew, bring bug spray. Drew, make sure you bring bug spray, man. What did Drew say? Oh, no, he didn't answer yet, unfortunately. Anyways, let's check out the last time. So, obviously, we got to close this 55 minutes. But the last time, guys, that we saw this, right, January 2023, was the last time we got this hash ribbons buy signal, right, which was right here. At the time, we talked about this, right? Market was boring, market was bearish, everyone was super bearish. It was very similar to now, which is funny because you're 2x higher and it's kind of like the same sentiment as it was down here. It is what it is. But, you know, this was a time where it was kind of similar, right? I mean, we were going sideways for about, I think it was like 2.5 months down here. And a lot of it was, where's the money going to come from, right? And we're going to go significantly lower because no one's buying. And we obviously saw from that point, Bitcoin pulled off about a 2x from that move. right? Now, that doesn't mean Bitcoin has to pull a 2x, right? And that doesn't have to mean Bitcoin has a move today or tomorrow or a week. Sometimes this can take a few weeks. This time, you actually pumped right away, right? The time before that was August 2021. We had it right here. And obviously, we saw this was actually also a bounce, a 2x move to the upside as well. Once again, doesn't mean you have to get a 2x move. We got one here, December 2020. We got the buy signal. We actually went down for 1 week, and then we got to move higher, right? I think the cooler ones are the ones that happen at the bear market lows. So, like July of 2020, obviously we had it right here. We actually had one more red week, and then we had to move higher, right? And you could see that every time you get one of these buy signals, you do see higher prices, right? Doesn't have to be right away. Like I said, that's why I'm hoping for a red week this week. Because I got some stable coins that I do want to deploy if we're going to have a red week. Which I don't know if we are, right? Who the frick knows at this point, guys? Bitcoin going up and down like a freaking mongoose. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows about the short-term time frame? 2019, obviously, we had it here. We actually kind of went sideways for another like 3 or 4 weeks. So we could still do something like that. But my whole point with this is, we've talked about the signal many, many times in the channel. I'm not going to fade this. You can do it. You can come up with all the reasons why you're going to fade it and reasons why you think Bitcoin's going to go lower. I'm going to stick with the signal that has not had a false signal in the history of Bitcoin. That's what I'm going to do. Based off statistics, okay, at some point it won't work, but I think we've had 16 of these buy signals, and every single time Bitcoin's going higher. I'm not going to fade that. Once again, you come up with your own strategy. You come up with your own decision. You can come up with any reason why inflation is stagnant, oil prices are going up, whatever reasoning you want to come up with. I don't know. But like I said, I'm hoping for a dip next week, this week. I'm hoping for a dip so I can buy. I might not get it. That's okay. But yeah, we can go back and look at all these, right? Obviously, buy signal, we went up. Buy signal, we went up. Buy signal, we went up. You guys get the point. We've looked at this like a million times on this channel. So that's that, right? I think, you know, and I think to add some confluence with that, yo, shout to Ross Reynolds. What's going on, man?
Are you trading less low cap gems?
Oh, I fixed the super chat thing, guys, by the way. So I can see him now. Thank freaking God. Shout out to Mike. Mike, I hope you had a fantastic birthday yesterday, man. Hope you had a fantastic birthday yesterday, and you're throwing that into XRP, bro. Throw that into XRP, man. Ross said, curious on your opinion. Are you trading less low cap gems because of this trying to consider some crypto as securities? No. I mean, after the XRP case, I'm not that worried about that at the moment. So, altcoins that I like, I'm buying at lows. I'm not FOMOing. I'm buying when no one wants to buy them. I've made many Wyckoff calls on this channel, and they've all seemed to kind of play out at least. So, yeah, man, I'm buying at the lows. Every time I call one out, I get called an idiot, and they seem to go higher. But yeah, I'm just buying the altcoins at the lows, man. That's all I'm doing. I told you, for the rest of 2023, not FOMO into altcoins. Okay, only ones that are at the lows. If they have any type of green candle, I don't want anything to do with that. That's just my strategy, right? Red candles, bottom of ranges. That's it. That's it. But good question, man. Good question, bro. Crypto Shock said testing 1, 2, 3. Crypto Shock, what's up, buddy? Can you not hear me? I see you in here, buddy.
Testing 1, 2, 3 LOL.
We got that fixed, baby. We got that fixed, baby. What do you guys think about, guys? I'm not talking about tomorrow, today. I don't care what happens tomorrow or today. I think at this point, I've sort of said this in this point of the cycle, man. It's a boring part of the cycle. The 1-2% moves are so boring. Who cares if Bitcoin goes to 28K tomorrow or 30K tomorrow? Like, what the frick? It's like a 2% move, man. It's about the bigger term time frames at this point, right? You're not going to, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, but you're not gonna get the gains you want by trading the 1-2% moves. You know what I mean? You're gonna get it by accumulating low and buying higher. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's what it is. Anyways, Bitcoin in the short term, I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. I'm hoping for a little bit of a dip. I think we could come and test these lows again. We did drop below the 4-hour EMA 200, and we kind of confirmed it as resistance. So in the short term, I think, you know, once again, like 28.8, even spike lower. We've always came down in these dips to the 0.5 retracement down to like 28.3. So that's why I said this week, I wouldn't mind if we actually got a little bit lower here. 28.8 would be nice, and even 28.3, which is the 0.5 retracement from this low to this high, I wouldn't mind that either. But like I said, dips, I'm looking to accumulate on the dips at this point because we're supposed to get the hash ribbons buy signal. We'll see if it disappears. If it disappears, F. You know what I mean? But and even like looking at the bull market support band, like we'll see where this ends up on the weekly close, but it looks like it should end up somewhere around like 28, probably 28.6 is the top side of it. So right where we had the previous lows. To add some confluence, right? We had the hash ribbons buy signal, and we're above the bull market support band. So I think, you know, we could just keep grinding on top of this for the next few weeks, and we've talked about that, right? Yo, Wes! Shout out to Wes, man. But we've talked about, just to kind of get rid of that, we've talked about that, I guess, the last couple streams is, you know, we have this 31K resistance. We have the bull market support band grinding up. Now we got the buy signal. If it prints, right? Let's give it another 48 minutes here. But we got the buy signal here. We could, based off history, kind of just keep grinding on the bull market support band, which we've talked about as a possibility, and I think it's something that we've done back in, we did this back in 2016. All the way back here, fellas, where we had this resistance and we kind of just kept grinding on that bull market support band until we eventually squeezed through. So that's what we got. I think there's still a chance that, you know, just because you get the buy signal doesn't mean you're going to go up right away. Like we said, there's been multiple times where Bitcoin's actually continue down for a few weeks or sideways for a few weeks before you see something play out. So don't be surprised if it's still another couple weeks of boringness. Like at the end of the day, that's fine, right? So that's Bitcoin. I think, like I said, guys, I'm not going to fade an indicator that hasn't been wrong in the history. You know what I mean? Like, we can do that. But, I mean, like I said, you're going again against history here. Crypto Chris said, George did a video on Pepe and Shib. I saw that, man. I saw that shit. I saw that shit on Saturday. Oh my God, I put it on. We were actually listening to it in the car on the way to the hiking, man. And we threw it on. And literally it was, I am George. We're all George. Today, guys, Bitcoin's a little bit boring. So we're going to talk about how Pepe and Shib are actually getting really big pumps. I know we could have talked about that a couple weeks ago when they were at the lows, but let's talk about it after they pump. All right, so Shibarium is looking to launch over on Shiba. Now, we've known about this for months, but let's talk about it when it's about to launch and be exit liquidity. So Shibarium's about to launch, guys. Okay, so I am super bullish on Shiba right now because we waited on this bone as the gas token on Shiba, on Shibarium. Sushi, 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 sushi. Yo, Roth. We got all this sushi. Dude, I actually kind of like that. We should make that into a song. Sushi, 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 sushi. Oh, guys. Yeah, George made a Shiba video, guys. So, no, not a bad time to take some profits on Shiba. Obviously, Shiba had a nice move. We were talking about Shiba before it even had the pump. Okay, so not a bad time to take some profits if George was making a video. And he could say Shib's down 4% today. So there you go. It always works, man. There's a number one sell indicator. Number one sell indicator is the dedicated altcoin video from Georgie. Never fails. Anyways, besides that, yeah, that's Bitcoin, guys. Like I said, I'm hoping for some red this week. Honestly, the short-term time frame has been a mess. You're trying to predict the unpredictable, man. This thing is going up and down like a freaking mongoose. Who cares about this? I don't give a shit. But if we do get some dips, I'm like I said, I got some stable coins looking to deploy on some altcoins and potentially on some Bitcoin if Bitcoin wants to go a little bit lower here. So that's Bitcoin. Don't really have too much else to add besides that. I think it's pretty straightforward at this point. You know, I guess, how would the buy signal be invalidated? I guess to look at the buy signal being invalidated, I think, you know, based off history, I think when you get these, you just kind of want to make higher lows, right? So I guess the best way to look at this to be invalidated, I would say, is, you know, and like I said, I don't think Bitcoin should not be going back below 25K. If it does, it's going significantly lower. Like it wouldn't be pretty if that was the case, right? So I think to invalidate that, once again, if you're sticking to the high term time frames and not the short term time frames, just continue to make higher lows in this uptrend. But you know, at the end of the day, could see some red in the short term, but I think higher term time frames, this is very, very bullish signal based off the past. Besides that, I don't know. But it also, right, the funny thing about this is we get this signal, right? We get the signal, and it also happens to be, and we talked about this the last couple streams as well, when Bitcoin's historical volatility is, you know, I mean, we're at this point, we're about to get the weekly close. This might actually start pushing the lowest that it's ever been. And we've only seen volatility this low 3 other times in Bitcoin's, 4 other times in Bitcoin's history. One of them was in January of this year. Obviously, Bitcoin did a 2x. July of 2020. That was right before the 2020 bull market, right? March of 2019. That was right at the 2019 run where Bitcoin did a 3x. And then also October 2018, which actually was a downwards move. So I guess when you put this together, I guess the best way I can say this is look at Bitcoin's historical volatility. It tends not to go this boring for too much longer. You tend to only stay down here for 1 to 2 weeks below this 3 level before volatility starts to come back into the market, right? You guys can see this in this chart. I'm not making this up. Okay. When you put that together with the hash ribbon's buy signal, I have to lean bullish for that move that I expect to happen next. So it's kind of what we've been talking about the whole year for the most part. It's just been the time capitulation part. Now we're seeing this as we got historical volatility, you know, at the lowest, pushing the lowest that it's ever been. I think we're setting up for a very, very interesting point here where I know it's been boring for like 5 months now. It really has. Like, really nothing's happened for 5 months, almost half a year at this point. But I think we're setting up for a pretty fun time, in my opinion, over the course of possibly the rest of this year, if history is going to repeat, right? So I think I said enough about Bitcoin. I think you guys get the point at this point. I would like to see a fear candle this week. That's kind of like the one thing I want to see. We got this. I kind of want to see a red week this week. Give me some fear, man. I want to see people trembling and shaking a little bit. I want to see people turning bearish. I love that shit. Give me a spike down this week, man. Man, I'm begging for a spike down this week. You know what I mean? Like, give me a spike down, dude. But we'll see. All right, we shall see, fellas. SpySat, if you want lower prices, just ask me to buy. John, buy so we get low prices, man. Buy right now, John, so we can go to like 28K. You know what I mean? Like, just do it, bro. Just do it. Oh, man, I'm sweating like a freaking mongoose. Maj, you sweating too? I swear it's when I stream because my computer gets hot. It's not even that hot. Maybe I'm just nervous. Maybe I'm just nervous over here. I'm so nervous. Fahid, buy some Bitcoin, man, so we go down. You know what I mean?
Rant alert.
That's what we need, bro. We need Clint to buy some ETH. You know?
Rant alert.
We need Mike to buy some chilies. Right? That's what we need right now, man. But yeah, so that's what we got. Altcoins, once again, we're kind of just sitting on top of this June low, which we've talked about many times. The altcoin market, most likely, right, it's just going to chop in here for a little bit, and that's what it's done. So at the end of the day, not too much going on in the overall altcoin market. There's some that are doing well, but mostly just sideways in the altcoin market over here since about June, right? Not too much going on. We've actually up since June, but mostly sideways, right? I think we can all say this price action here is mostly sideways in the bigger term time frames, not zooming in. I don't want to zoom in, but yeah. So once again, I think the altcoin market, once again, is just kind of like going to drop in here until we eventually see some upside for Bitcoin. Once you see that upside for Bitcoin, I think that's when you start seeing the altcoin market start to move up. So that's altcoins, not too much to add there. You are getting some nice, I mean, actually, you're not really. Today's a pretty lackluster day. I keep seeing dump, but Bitcoin's down 0.22%. ETH down 0.5%. Isn't it sad that like that's considered a dump now? 0.2% on Bitcoin.
Rant alert.
I remember when a dump was 5-10%. Now it's 0.22% is a dump. Oh, Lord. Just wait till volatility comes back. People are going to be shitting their pants when you have 20-30% dumps in an uptrend. People are going to be shitting their pants, man. Bitcoin's down 0.22%. It's like the sky's falling. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. We got so used to low volatility. Most altcoins are down like 1% today. I mean, SHIB's down 4%, but it was one of the better gainers last week. So once again, the better gainers always pull back more on the red days. So SHIB, that's SHIB. SHIB was another good one, man. If you caught SHIB at like this 0.7 mark, pretty comfy now on SHIB. Got my nice little bull market entry there that I'm feeling pretty comfy about now. Yeah, not too much. Not the pullbacks that I want to see, man. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping for like one big red day this week. Pepe was up a little bit, pulling back now. Pepe's got like a little weekly bullish engulfing candle, but you know, obviously you got to start somewhere. But weekly bullish on Pepe, which is a good sign for the Pepes. Other than that, man, it's pretty flat today. Most of the big caps didn't do much today at all. FET's up 10%.
Strap
nice
up.
move.
We're going to the moon.
Get a little bullish engulfing on the weekly on FET. Looks like money flow is about to flip actually positive on FET too, which is good on the weekly. But yeah, I mean, all eyes are on Bitcoin, guys. As we've been talking about, man, we'll keep looking for the altcoins that we think are in Wyckoff. There's one that I'm eyeing right now. Okay, it's not doing it yet, right? But the one that I'm eyeing, I went through all the top like 150 looking for any Wyckoff structures. I actually couldn't find any. You know what I mean? I couldn't find any that already haven't played out. The one that I actually looked at, and I like the structure of, it's not, I would not touch it yet, me personally. Where is it? It's actually coming back down today. Sushi swap. Sushi. I think that like I said, I would not touch this yet, guys, by the way. You guys know what I like to do. I like to, okay, find a range. Here we go. We got the nice range on Sushi here. We broke down from the range. Retail capitulated right here, okay? They sold out all their Sushi. It's gone. All retail out of Sushi, okay? Sushi comes back down and tests its all-time low, actually. November 2020. Test that literally to the exact cent. Test that, gets a bounce. That's not the most important part. What I want to see for Sushi now, and it's very similar to the SHIB chart actually, is what I want to see here is like SHIB, I want to see it get back into the range, okay, and hold here for a little bit, okay. If it does something like this, if it comes back up, gets back into the range, this is one big deviation, and I actually like this for a potential move up, kind of like SHIB, right? So that's like the one possible one that I like, besides all the other ones that we've talked about, right? But not yet. I want to see it get back above like 90 cents. If we get back above 90 cents on Sushi, I like that one. But other than that, dude, I went through them and there's not really much yet. But they always pop up here and there. So that's Sushi. Front run the Wyckoff. You can front run it if you want, Mike. But the problem is, if you front run it, what's a good example? There's one that you could have front run and you got absolutely destroyed. What was, there was one of them, dude, where what was it? I was looking at it the other day. Was it? No, it wasn't EGLT. It was one of them. If you front run it, it basically rejected when it tried to reclaim, and it got freaking destroyed. That's why I like to wait till it gets back in. But you could, I mean, if you want to, go for it. Sunday swap. Psycho Pro, so get ready for the next crash tomorrow, guys. The next crash. Psycho Pro, you've been saying that every day for the past like 2 months, bro. I'm waiting on it, man. I'm waiting on it, dude. I'd take a crash tomorrow. I've been waiting on this damn crash, man. No, man, but higher time frames, I'm bullish, guys. I've been bullish the whole year, and once again, the bears always try to find some reason to be bearish, but once again, the bears have been wrong the entire freaking year, and that's, you know, once again, it comes back to, like, every single one of these dips, there's always a reason. You know what I mean? Like, there was a reason here. You guys know the reason, you know? There was a reason here. Contagion. Stablecoins. SEC. It's hacking everything. And now it is. I don't know what it is right now. That's the thing. But yeah, there's always a reason, man. Right? And I actually, on this dip, I like this dip the best, actually. Considering you are getting this signal here. And considering that volatility is so low. I think it's... in my opinion, I sort of said, I think this next move is going to catch a lot of people off guard. It is, because like the way I'm looking at this is, what's the general, like, what's the consensus sentiment, guys? It's the rest of this year is going to be boring, having pump. That's what everyone and their mother thinks the same thing, which, you know, I get that. But I've said many times that I do believe that we are going to be slightly higher before the halving. And it's going to catch a lot of people off guard for all the people that are just waiting to the halving to buy. I think that's going to catch a lot of people off guard this time. And I think this is setting up perfectly for that. As this boring market has caused a lot of people to leave. And it's setting up perfectly for that, man. So, like I said, I'm hoping for a dip in these next couple weeks. If I don't get it, that's cool. I got my bags packed, ready to freaking rock and roll. But man, I'd love a dip. I'd love a dip. So Bears, if you can give me a little dip in the next like 1 to 2 weeks, give me a dip, man. I'm going to be a buyer on that dip. Okay? I will be a buyer on that dip. But I need you to give me the dip. Give me some chips and dip, bro. Okay? Give me some chips and dip. Give me a pretzel if you want too. Chip. Let's see. 33K or 27K, which is more likely? Let's do a poll. Anderson said, how can one just leave crypto? That is so true, man. I feel like once you're entrenched in this shit, you're entrenched in this shit. You know what I mean? You just like slowly turn into like the crazy guy who was in the crypto in the family, right? Oh, the holidays are coming soon. You already know what we're going to get. All the uncles and aunts. Oh, how's that crypto thing going, huh? Man, I heard SBF. Man, he really scammed a lot of people, huh? Uncle, that was like a year ago. Why are you still talking about SBF? Man, that's really bad. Crypto's really shady, man. I wouldn't touch that with a 5-foot pole. I know it's up like 2x from the lows. I'm not touching that shit. All right? You know, let me know when we're higher. When the market's more confident, I'll buy in. All right? All right, Sonny? You already know Thanksgiving's coming, man. I love those times, man. I love those times. You already know Thanksgiving's coming, bro. You got Christmas is coming. You know, like, still talking about SBF and FTX a year later. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. All right. Besides that, Uncle Mike needs a drink. Let's do a poll real quick. The poll's going to be bullish, guys. What you got to understand about the YouTube polls, especially on my channel, man, because I've been generally bullish over the course of the last, like, I mean, in this uptrend. The poll's always going to be relatively bullish. But let's do a poll. What comes first for BTC? And I'm going to do I'm going to do very specific numbers here. I'm going to do a lower low on the weekly. So I'm going to do 24,500. Okay. And I'm going to do, let's do 24,500. And then I'm going to do very specific numbers here. I'm actually going to do whatever the 0.5 retracement is. Let's do 42,000. Oh shit. Let's do 42,000. Right front run the 0.5 fib. Why not? 42,000. Oh shit. 24.5. 42,000. Let's do this poll today, fellas. Let's get a little gauge of the sentiment, even though the sentiment's going to be bullish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those numbers, John. Those numbers, man. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right, let's get rid of that shit. Let's get rid of this shit, too, while we're here. Because it's always a good time, man. Man, my back's itchy, guys. My back is itchy. Once again, happy late birthday to Hoffs. Hoffs is the absolute stud. Anyone else's birthday today, we got to sing happy birthday to you guys. Thanks for coming out, hanging out once again during the crab market, guys. I think things are about to get a little bit more fun, even if you're a bear. Like this volatility going low does not mean you're instantly, like, whatever direction it's going to go in doesn't mean you're instantly going that. Like, volatility could spike. You could go down first. So, like, and then up, or up first, then down. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to go one way, right? So, I think for the bulls and bears, could have a little bit of fun time here. That's coming up. We are approaching this trend line again, right? So, you know, another thing to watch here, guys. This trend line, which if we break it, we break it, right? I'm more concerned with the bull market support band here. But this trend line here is December, right? March. We got June. We tapped that. We tapped that ass back a week ago. About a week ago, fellas. We're actually coming up to it again. We actually might hit that. We actually get a little bit of a dumperoni here. Come in like 29,150. We actually might tap that ass again. You know, we might tap that ass, fellas. That trend line again. 29,150 would be another back tap of that trend line. One thing that's interesting here, I guess, you could say you got maybe even a little bit of, you know, if you guys are into patterns. I know some of you guys like the patterns. You know me, I'm more of just like a price action guy. I don't really care about patterns. But if you want to look at patterns, you could say there's a little bit of a lefty, little bit of a heady, and a little bit of a righty. If you're into the little patterns here, you know. You could draw a little bit of lefty, heady, righty. You know what I mean? If you're into the little patterns. So we'll see. Once again, I think short-term time frames are sort of meaningless at this point, but yeah, it's a cool little area right here. Your mom said I love some good action. That's what I'm talking about, your mom. Let's go, man. I'm ready to get hyped on the stream again, guys. It's been pretty lackluster. You guys are like, I'm so bored. Man, I'm ready to get hyped again. It's just hard for me to get hyped when the market's not hyped, man. But I'm ready. I'm ready, guys. My voice has gotten some nice rest. I haven't been yelling a lot lately. I'm ready to start yelling. I'm ready to start pissing off the neighbor again, boys. I'm ready to start pissing off Maj again. When she looks at me and she goes, and the neighbor starts hitting the ceiling with the broom. That's what I'm ready for. Man. Come on, man. I want the neighbor to start yelling at me again. Shit. We got this, though. Man, look at this. This is the chart that gets me the most hyped, though. I know we've talked about this a few times, but this is the chart that gets me the most hyped, is the historical volatility being down here again. Gets me hyped, man. And gets me hyped for some type of action, you know? But, yeah. Broom lady. Anderson said, this is the week, fellas. We gonna go somewhere. $1,000 move in one day. It's coming. Anderson, that's what I'm talking about, homie. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm ready to start bringing the freaking heat, man. But, like I said, we need some price action, fellas. We've waited this out. We've gone sideways for about 5 months here for Bitcoin. In reality, right? It doesn't seem like 5 months. But when you really look at the price action, sideways, slow bleed, 1 week of pump, slow bleed. This has been sideways since March 13th. Look at this. Today is August 13th. 5 months of nothing. This is time capitulation right here, fellas. At its finest. I'm ready, man. It's coming, boys. I agree with Anderson. It's coming soon, man.
Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. And yo, the mirror don't lie.
Maj, ready to start yelling again?
Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. And yo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes. We got our back against the wall, we gotta fight back. I need a theme song, this the right track. I ain't got no cape or no superpowers. Just confidence and self-esteem, the world is out.
We're ready to start making annoying voices, baby. All right. In the meantime, we still wait. We still wait in the meantime, guys. There we go. The best rapper alive. You already know, man. No, the best rapper alive is the Island Boy, man. Let me bring up my Island Boy friend. I don't even know how these guys are popular. Like, that's the state of the world. Island Boys. Let's bring him up. Here he is, guys. The most popular rapper in the game, Island Boy. Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? All right, we're about to drop it like it's hot. Let's get this.
I believed in me when nobody did. This ain't no freestyle, just some facts that's written. Come on, let's hear it for the boy. He bringing pain at the same time, joy. I bob and weave through the crowd, so untouchable. Yeah. At first they hate, then they loving you. Suckers. It's a crazy cycle, but I'm going through it. I wish I was lying, that's why I show and prove it. I'm destined to be one of the best to do it. I ain't...
We're ready to rock and roll, man. Anyways, guys, we got 20 minutes into the weekly close. Like I said, we're looking to confirm the buy signal on the hash ribbons. The one signal that has never had a false signal for Bitcoin in history. So, yeah, we got 20 minutes to confirm that. It looks like we will, unless, like, yeah, you basically would need to just, like, shit the bed here. You know what I mean? So, it looks like that's going to happen, knock on wood, here in the next 20 minutes. Besides that, I hear some rumblings on Ethereum. Let's go check out Ethereum. So Ethereum's down 0.48% today. Holy shit, it's getting shit in the bed. I'm being sarcastic here. Ethereum, we've talked about this chart. Higher lows on Ethereum this year. Really since last year. It's been about a year and a half of Ethereum just kind of making higher lows here. Right, we just kind of just higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and we're coming up this week to this trend line again, right? It's just focus on the trend line. We're coming up to this level again, where then we've gotten, you know, we're obviously rejected a few times at this 2K level, right? So you guys can see that Ethereum's getting squeezed. We know we talked about Bitcoin getting squeezed and boarding. Well, actually, is there an Ethereum? We'll look at it up in a second, but we can obviously see Ethereum has been super boring since March as well. It's been sideways for Ethereum, right? So I could bring up the Bollinger Bands. You guys can see how tight these weekly Bollinger Bands on Ethereum. It's the tightest that they've ever been in history by a wide margin. They've never even been close to this tight. Okay, look at this shit. Like, you're basically in a $300 range for the weekly Bollinger Bands, which is crazy. So you're getting tight as shit, right? I don't even know if there's an Ethereum volatility. Oh, there is. Does this actually work though? Let me see. This is. Oh, it's only been out since 2021. Okay, this is not helpful. It's not helpful. It's only been out since 2021. But, yeah, I mean, you can just see here how boring ETH has been here. But anyways, you guys get the point, right? It's been boring. It's been it's just been kind of funny because, like, price hasn't moved, yet the sentiment, I've sort of said, it is sort of worse than it was at the bottom, right? For whatever reason. So, yeah, Ethereum's been at 1,800 since March, really. So, getting tight. Something's got to give here. We said for Ethereum by, like, the end of September, which at this point, that's about a month and a half. Something's got to give here. So, once again, this pattern is usually a bullish pattern. Doesn't have to be, right? That's why patterns are sort of whatever. It's a percentage game. But it's an ascending triangle, so these tend to break to the upside. We'll see. But obviously, if I think Bitcoin's going to go up, then I would think Ethereum's going to go up too. So that is Ethereum. And if you want to just look at it from this standpoint too on ETH, the way I look at this is there's still so much inefficiency here on this chart, right? You see all this? Just so much inefficiency right there, right? It's basically just straight down, no consolidation here on the weekly. Big inefficiency in the chart right there. To me, right, just, I mean, volatility-wise, price structure-wise, makes sense for this to squeeze up. Take out this inequality here at the very, very least. And then kind of do what we need to do. But that's kind of Ethereum. Simple, right? Money flows flipped on the weekly. That's obviously a bullish sign we talked about a few months ago. Now we wait for, once again, Bitcoin to make the move. I know it's fun. It's fun to talk about Bitcoin making the move. But, yeah, that's ETH. I'm going to stare at my drowning position. Blaze, what are you drowning your position on? You know what I mean? Like, what positions are drowning? I don't understand. Mike Cerami said ETH's going to 2,300. 2,300. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad target, man. It's pretty conservative. I don't think that's terrible idea. Anderson said fake drop below, then pump it. Yeah, we could do a fake drop below. We certainly could. And this trend line's sort of wacky. I just kind of drew like a... It doesn't really even connect, but it just basically to show you the higher lows. So like it certainly could just go below this because it's not like a perfect trend line. But yeah, that's that. Once again, same thing for Ethereum. You just want to see higher lows, right? So as long as we continue to put a higher low above 1,600, it's been an uptrend. Once again, it is what it is. Drunk Bear said you wouldn't be doing that filter if you knew what they recently announced. I have no idea what they recently announced. So, like, I have no idea what they said. So let's just ignore the fact that I don't know. Anyways, look at this poll. What comes first for Bitcoin? Yeah, see, 45% think 24,500, 55% think 42K. YouTube's always going to be bullish for the most part, especially when it's bigger moves. If I did the opposite poll and I said what comes first, 28K or 32K, you probably would actually get more 28Ks. It just depends on the numbers. But yeah, that's that. Noisy AC is back. Actually, this one's a fan, Mike. This one's a fan, man. This one's a fan. Drew said, Drew, what did they say? I don't know what they said. You guys were telling me they said something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You guys were telling me they said something, dude. Buddy Smith. Man, you got a good name. Your name is Buddy, man. Like Buddy the Elf. It's a great name, dude. It's a great name. Chewy said, bro, what happens when the hash ribbon doesn't work for the first time? I mean, you could say that about anything. You know what I mean? And every time the hash ribbon buy signal pops up, it's always, every time it does, once again, I've been looking at this since 2020. Every single time you get this buy signal, there's always naysayers that says, what if this is the first time it doesn't work? Obviously, at some point, it's not going to work. But you go based off statistics, right? I mean, that's what really TA is. Nothing's perfect. There's no indicator that's going to give you a 100% success rate. You basically use an indicator or support level to give yourself a percentage chance to win a trade or investment, right? There's no indicator that's 100%. Or else, like, one person would have all the money in the world because they would never lose a trade. It's literally impossible. So, like, you go based off statistics, right? So this one has fired off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. And all 14 times, it ended up being a fantastic time to buy. Now, like I said, the short term, it could still go down. I'm hoping it still goes down in the short term. But on the weekly, monthly, high time frames, it's been a good time to buy. So that's what I'm going with. I could say this time is going to be different. Sure, it's going to be different this time. It could be different this time. But I'm just going to go with what the indicator that's worked 14 times out of 14 times. And if it doesn't work, then you sort of cut the losses at a point where you get invalidated, right? Which for me is if Bitcoin dropped below 25K, I think we'd have some serious issues. And that's sort of where I'd say I'm invalidated here. So that's that. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a time where it's like, it's not going to work this time. It's not going to work this time. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Fahid has 100% success. I send him all my Bitcoin. Fahid! That's what I'm talking about, man. Drew, you're a good guy, bro. You're a good guy, man. The microwaved hash ribbon. Then it's the hash rib done. So true. So true. I know a lot of you guys are it's always this time's going to be different. They say that saying this time is going to be different is always the most dangerous thing to say. You know what I mean? Kryptonite says the indicator free. Yeah, man. Just type in hash ribbons. Type in hash ribbons. It'll come up as hash ribbons, Capricorn investments. Anyone can pull this up. You know. It's not some premium thing. It's not hidden. It's not this like indicator you have to pay $50 a month for no reason. You know, you don't have to join a trading group to get this indicator for $1 million for no reason. It's free. You know what I mean? It's free. This indicator has out-traded any paid group. You know what I'm saying? And it's free. You know? And it's free. Here we are. Poobrick said everyone is bullish. I don't agree, man. I you know what? I think I don't really. I try to stay away from that now. I try to say like everyone's bearish, everyone's bullish. I try not to say that anymore because it really just depends on who you follow. If you're watching YouTube videos, listen, people on YouTube are going to be bullish because they like crypto. Now, for me, I'm on crypto Twitter more than YouTube. I only watch like 1 to 2 people on YouTube. I don't watch a lot of people on YouTube. I pay more attention to crypto Twitter. And of all the traders and people that are in crypto, most of them are bearish, in my opinion. But I'm not going to come in and say, okay, most of them are bearish, whatever. It depends on who you follow, you know? Bulls are going to be bulls, bears are going to be bears. If you follow more bears, people are going to be more bearish. If you follow more bulls, people are going to be more bullish. In reality, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because in a bull market, most people are bullish and prices still go up. You know what I mean? In a bear market, most people are bearish and prices still go down. You know what I mean? So I've tried to get away from that because I used to say that a lot too. It's one thing I learned is in a trending market, the majority, like, okay, short-term time frames, if you have more longs than shorts, longs are going to get liquidated. More shorts than longs, shorts are going to get liquidated. Who cares about the short-term time frames? Bigger-term time frames. It depends on who you follow. in uptrends, more people are going to be bullish. In downtrends, more people are going to be bearish. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't really matter. And I've said that many times, right? But it's about learning and realizing that it doesn't really matter. Because I could sit here and say that most people that I follow a lot of the big crypto Twitter traders, Trader SC, Trader XO, Trader Main, Pierre, who else, man? All the big crypto Twitter guys, hundreds of them. I followed all those guys. I would say that majority of them are bearish, right? If you follow MM Crypto and George and Carl the Moon, they're going to be bullish. You know what I mean? It just depends on who you follow, man.
Rant alert.
You know? That's my take. That 1 minute chart is dumping. The 1 minute chart is dumping, man. It is dumping, bro. You know? Capo, I wouldn't really call him a big crypto Twitter guy. You know? Drew, you know Maine, bro. You know what it is. Drew said, I don't care what people think. That BTC at 16K was hella nice while people were calling for 10K. Exactly, Drew. In reality, it's you know, it's just you gotta do your own research, because you're always gonna have people that are bullish and bearish. If you really want confluence, find people who are somewhat unbiased. You know, like, I guess we've all been biased before, but you know, you got to learn over time not to be biased, right? So obviously right now I'm bullish, right? There's people that are bearish. Watch someone else who's bearish, you know, hear their point of view and make your own decision. But then there's going to be a time that I'm bearish, and then maybe the person that was bearish is bullish now. You know what I mean? It's just going to depend on the situation. I prefer lower so I can buy more. Listen, I agree, man. I wouldn't mind lower in the short term. I just think, you know, for me, a lot of people who want lower, I just think it's because they missed out on the first time and that they want it to go lower. They won't admit that, but it is what it is. I wouldn't mind it goes lower in the short term. You know, like if we can get Bitcoin to dump in the short term here, get back down to this bull market support band again, dump alts, 10, 15%, give it to me, man. I'll take that all day. High term time frames, if it dumps low or whatever, I just don't think it will. If I can only be into a medically induced coma until Bitcoin is 69K again, facts, please. No, you want to enjoy life, man. Listen. Crypto's not all of life, okay? At some point, you go through that phase where you think crypto is life, and it's not. It's really not, man. In reality, it doesn't really mean shit, okay? We've all gone through that phase before. I've gone through that phase. So some of you guys are going through that phase now. You know, enjoy life, man. Bitcoin's going to do whatever Bitcoin's going to do. Let it do whatever it's going to do in the background. Like I told you on Friday, guys, ignore the charts. Bitcoin's not going to do shit. Here we are. We're at the same price that we were on Friday. You didn't miss anything, you know? Enjoy life a little bit. Don't stare at the charts. Set an alert. And if your alert gets hit, there we go. We got some price action. If it didn't, you didn't miss anything. You know? But that's that. They changed 69K to 96 because in today's economy, no one can afford to eat out. Actually, with inflation, sometimes like if you can find a nice cheap spot to eat, it actually sometimes is more affordable to eat out. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like there's some places over here you can get a nice lunch for $9, $10, and honestly, like all the ingredients you would have to buy to make that lunch, it would cost you more than the $9 or $10, you know? So like, it depends. Like I said, it depends, man. Some of the places over here, it actually is better to get there than make stuff at your house. It depends on what you're making, obviously. If you're making something simple, like chicken and rice, obviously it's going to be cheaper. But if you want like something that's a little bit more juicy, we all want something juicy sometimes. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Sometimes it's better. You can find a nice little place to eat. You know, Chipotle, exactly, dude. You can live off Chipotle. You know, like you can eat Chipotle for lunch and be full for the rest of the day. And then if you go to the gym, you just take some protein powder to get some more protein. Bam, there you go. You know, that's what I did. I did that for like 6 months in the past. I literally ate Chipotle once a day, massive bowl. That's it. You know what I mean? And it was dope. It was freaking dope, man. Things are so expensive nowadays. I don't know how some people survive. True. Yeah, it's true, Mike. Like, you want to get any spices now? Dude, you want to get a spice? You'll be paying more for the damn spice than the entire lunch. Shit. And then you're never going to use that spice. You know? It's ridiculous. Chipotle equals 2 meals. It does. If you get everything, right? The key is you don't be a little stingy person. Like, don't be going into Chipotle and going, you know, because I see some people do this. I'm like, dude, you're literally wasting money doing this. I see some people going to Chipotle and going, hey, how you doing? Yeah, can I get chicken? No beans. No rice. Chicken, lettuce, and sour cream. Yeah, that's it. That's all I want. $11. Okay. It's like what are you doing, man? You're literally wasting. Just get everything. Just get every single thing. You get a massive bowl. It's like 2 or 3 meals in one. Like, why are you getting chicken, lettuce, and sour cream? Like, what are you doing? You're throwing away your own money. Oh my God. Just get every single thing in there. Get the chicken, rice, beans. It's like, dude. Like, what are we doing? No beans is all bad? Yeah. Anderson said, I load that sucker up. Better hope I get a bowl and not a burrito. That's what I'm saying. You know what I figured out, guys? All right. The best bang for your buck is going to Chipotle, by the way. You want to go to a nice restaurant and get the best bang for your buck, it's Chipotle. Easy. The key is don't get the burrito. I'm going to let you in on a secret, guys. And I don't want you guys are going to ruin it. Get the bowl. Never get the burrito. You're getting screwed if you get the burrito. The key is get the bowl. You get twice as much food than in the burrito. And you're paying the same amount. And then what you can do, guys, get a side tortilla. They only charge 25 cents for the side tortilla. Or you can just buy your own tortillas. You can do that too. Get the side tortilla with the bowl. Fun fact. Never get the burrito though. You're getting gypped with the burrito, man. And then just make your own fucking burrito. And you get 2 for 1. Way better deal, man. Way better deal, bro.
Tired of crab market. Starting my own Levans.
I did live it. Boo, you know I lived on Chipotle, man. I know all the tricks. Tired of crab market, starting my OnlyFans. Oh, shout out to Mr. Mario. Mr. Mario became a member, man. Shout out to you, dude.
Strap up. We're
Shout out
going
you,
to the
man.
moon.
Tired of the crab market, starting my OnlyFans. Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been that bad. It's just crab. Just crab. Mike said extra beans. Yeah, you can ask for extra stuff too. You can ask for extra rice, extra beans. The only thing they'll charge you extra for is the meat. You want extra meat, they'll charge you extra. Anything else, they ain't gonna charge you extra. You know. Oh, it's the weekly close, by the way. Let's see if we confirm the hash ribbons buy signal. Imagine if we didn't. That'd be funny. All right, we did. Woo! We confirmed it.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
All right, we confirmed it. Now to test it for the 15th time. 15th time, fellas. We confirmed the hash ribbons buy signal. Okay? That is nice.
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
I'm kidding. We're not going to 100K tomorrow. But now is a test. Okay? Once again, I want to make this clear. Just because you get this does not mean we're gonna pump next week. Okay. As we've seen with many of these times, when we get this, we can still have red weeks, right? Got it here, red week. We got it here, still had another red week. We had it here, we actually had 2 more red weeks. We had it here, we actually had about 2 more red weeks as well. So, doesn't mean we're going up next week, but it means that, generally speaking, like this is where I'm looking to buy dips, is what it is, if I get a dip, as always, right? So once again, short term, I'm hoping for a little bit of a drop, but higher term time frames, I am bullish, and I am looking to buy the dip if I get the opportunity to. So that's really that, but we confirmed it, which is nice. I'm hoping for a short term pullback though. Ship bone leash.
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
I haven't heard that one in a while. We're going to 100K tomorrow. Chewy said, so you should say we should short for 2 weeks. Well, you know, here's the thing. I only talked about the times that you were red for 2 weeks. There's times that you're not red for 2 weeks. Like right here, buy signal, you pumped instantly. Buy signal, you pumped instantly. Buy signal, you pumped instantly. Buy signal, pumped instantly. So there's times that you just instantly go up, and there's times that you just kind of go to the downside. It's not a signal for a short-term move, so it's not like, don't take this as a short-term signal, man. That's what people are going to take it as, and it's just funny, man. That's what people are going to take it as. They're going to take it as, oh, hash rate, it's buy signal. That means we're going up tomorrow. No, it's not what that means, guys. You know what I mean? Basically what it means is, like, near where you are now, you shouldn't go too much lower. And, you know, there's been times you haven't really gone lower at all, and you just instantly gone up, right? So don't take it as a short-term signal. It's not a short-term signal. You want it to be a short-term signal, right? You want it to mean that we're going up now. That's not what it means. It means that, relatively speaking, where you are now, right, historically it's been a good time to DCA, right? Do your own research, right? But that's what it means to me. So that's that. If BTC hits 35K this week, I will eat a plate of beans. Blaze, if Bitcoin hit 35K this week, you would eat more than a plate of beans, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you would eat more than a plate of beans. Actually, you know what? We gotta bask at the Obama ribbons. Strap out, said Wayne.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Can we look at the 30-minute chart? The 30-minute chart when the hash ribbon hit? The 30-minute chart. Okay, we'll look at it real quick for Chewy. Real quick for Chewy. Oh, I should probably just use the chart that I'm already on, right? Let's go over here for Chewy. And let's go to the 30-minute chart. Excuse me, I'm burping up a storm over here. The 30-minute chart, you got it right here. Once again, it's not a short-term indicator, but you got it right here. Yeah, that's that. That was fun. That was a fun time. Maybe we were close to 38,000 in October. I'm not. Listen. I'm not. I know it's fun to make price predictions and stuff like that. I once again, I think making any type of time and price predictions is sort of pointless. You believe Bitcoin's going to go higher, you believe it's going to go higher. If you believe it's going to go lower, it's going to go lower. I guess for me, and this is what we've been talking about, right? Is if you look at it like this, let's bring up the Pi cycle top indicator. Okay, historically, at this point in the cycle, we've held the bottom moving average on the Pi cycle top indicator, right? And we've seen the top moving average, right, before pulling back. Right, moved to the top, pulled back, moved to the top, pulled back. Once again, this time could be different. True. But, I mean, up to this point, we've held this. We've had one weekly close below, but we've held this, right? Now we're getting this. Actually, if you go back, very similar right here, actually, where we pulled back. It was a very bearish time right here in the charts. You held it, got to push higher, and it reminds me of here. Came back to the bottom moving average. It kind of broke below it for a little bit, but had the hash ribbons buy signal, and then you started to move up. Once again, we'll see, man. We'll see, man. We'll see, man. This is where it gets fun. This is where everyone starts debating everyone. This is where the debates go down, fellas. Right? This is where you got to pick a side. It's always the fun time when you have to pick a side. Because here's the thing. You know, my favorite part of my favorite part of the crypto is when people switch bias every day. It tells me for me, it's like when I see someone calling for 24K one day and then 40K the next day, that basically tells me one of two things. They don't have any conviction in what they're calling for. One. Two, it basically tells me that, like, if you're calling for 40K one day, 24K the next day based off a daily candle, it also basically tells me that, like, what's your position? Are you net long? Are you net short? You know what I mean? Because it's easy just to come up with some random analysis and say, you know what, today I'm bullish, today I'm bearish, and then when it happens, you're like, oh, look, I told you that was going to happen, you know? Okay, cool, you said it was going to go up and down. But what's your net position? You net long or net short? Or are you net on the sidelines? Right? For me, I'm net long. I made that very clear. I am net long, and I'm looking to add on dips. You know? And that's like the one thing in this space. It's like, I don't know. It is what it is. But that is that. Come on, ETH. Get out of this range, bro.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Come on, man. Altcoin season is at a 10-year all-time low. A 10-year all-time low. Yeah. I mean, all the volatility indicators are screaming right now. It's crazy. I haven't seen anything like where everything lines up. Like historical volatility index. Like we've now, like, look at this. Look at the history. Let me get rid of these, just so you can see it better. Look at this, man. I'm not just making this up. Like, look at this indicator, right? Measures the volatility of Bitcoin. It's very much like the VIX for the S&P 500, right? So if you know the VIX S&P 500, this is basically the Bitcoin version. Look at this. Okay? Look at how long you stayed below this without moving up. Look at this. One weekly close. See this? One weekly close below, and then volatility came back to the market. One wick below, volatility came back to the market. One weekly close below, volatility came back to the market. 2 weekly closes below, volatility came back. Here we are. We've gotten a wick below and a weekly close below. So that's what we talked about last week is, historically speaking, either this upcoming week or the next week, this is when we should see the move for Bitcoin from boring to not boring anymore. This is when we should see volatility start coming back into the market, historically speaking. And it's not just this. Like, you can go to, like we talked about the weekly Bollinger Bands being the tightest in Bitcoin's history. It's crazy. Just the squeeze that we got going on. It's crazy, man. And then you look at the stuff in the background, which you guys know I'm not a big news guy. I think news is always baked into the charts. News, what do we got coming up on September 2nd? We got the BlackRock ETF first deadline coming up in 2 weeks. We'll see what happens with that. It's probably going to get postponed, but you never know. But I think that's the biggest thing, news-wise. And News is news, man. I think news is always like, that's why like I try not to watch the news channels, man, because they're always late to the price action. Basically, with the news channels, wait for the news to come out and then get bullish on something, and at that point, it's usually too late. SHIB, perfect example. You know, like the news just confuses you. Like my recommendation, and if you guys just like watching news channels, that's fine. Like I watch George just because I've always watched George, and it is what it is, right? Just to see what's going on in the market, and you know, George is kind of chill, and he's fun to listen to, and he's also my altcoin sell indicator. But don't make any rash decisions based off news. You're usually too late. Like think about it this way, like when bad news happens, people usually sell, and that's usually the bottom. It's usually too late. Like banking crisis, everyone sold, that was the bottom. FTX, everyone sold, that was the bottom. It's already too late at that point. You know what I mean? SEC sues Coinbase and Binance, that was the bottom. You know? And look at like the good news, right? BlackRock's making an ETF, that was the top. You know? It's already too late when the news happens. Right? And now you look at like SHIB. SHIB, all right, SHIB's got a nice move from the low. Ethereum's coming up next week. Guess what? That's probably going to be the local top. And that's how it is. Use news. Like, you should almost like do the opposite of the news, honestly. Just do the opposite of the news. You'll probably do pretty well. If news is horrible, buy. If news is shitty, or if news is good, sell. Honestly. Like, sometimes you can just counter the news, bro. And you're good. This time is different. Exactly, Blaze. Exactly, man. This is true. I'm trying to see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's see. Hookset said, hot take. We go sideways between 20,000. Hot take. We go sideways between 20,000 and 100,000 for the next 12 years. I don't think that's a hot take, man. That's a big range. 20,000 and 12 and 100,000. Here's the thing, Hookset. I'm going to disagree. You know why I'm going to disagree? Because I think somewhere in the next 12 years there's going to be a bigger drawdown in markets. It's a hot. So you want a hot take? I can bring you a hot take. I think you guys already know my hot take, man. I think the Fed's going to over tighten this time, right? Just like they didn't raise rates fast enough. They're going to over tighten. They're going to wreck something in the market. They're going to start printing money again. Again, we're just going to do the same thing that we've always done in history. We're going to start printing money again when they break something, which is going to happen at some point. And inflation's going to go absolutely even more rampant than it did last year. And yeah, I think it would be even worse than it was last year. If you want a hot take. But it is what it is. Hot cakes from McDonald's? Exactly, Anderson. Exactly, bro. Sergey said, I think I saw this the longest in Bitcoin's history being so unmoving. Making it really first and different technically. Is that true? The longest, it is the longest. Well, by longest, it's the tightest the weekly Bollinger Bands have ever been. So I guess you could say it's the longest that it's never, well, not moved, but like it's just gone sideways. Bathworth said didn't raise fast enough. I don't think they raised fast, like they didn't start fast enough, I guess I should say. Right? So that when they were saying inflation was transitory, it's probably when they should have been raising rates in hindsight, you know? And now they're going to do the opposite. You know what I mean? Now I think they're going to do the opposite. What's Truflation at, by the way? I know this is boring shit. What's Truflation at? 2.18. All right, so Trueflation's actually starting to go back down. It popped back up to like 2.56. Now it's back down to 2.18. We'll see what happens with that next CPI. Whatever, man. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Mr. Hart said you went on Rose. Oh, I'm in on Rose, bro. I got my Rose range right here, man. This is my DCA range right here for Rose. In this box. Give me Rose in this box. Yeah, man. So yeah, on red days, Rose is one that I love right here, man. Just a nice, clean little range here. These are my favorite ones, the ones that have shown strength in the bear. And by strength, I mean the ones that haven't just consistently just gone down. The ones that have held since June and just gone sideways, right? So like, I like this chart and not, what's a good example of one that's just shit the bed? Actually not a lot that just like shit the bed. Like this. Not these. Not Cadena. It always comes back to shit on Cadena. But yeah, I'm in on Rose, man. Rose is in. Rose is in here, dude. Bing bong, soft landing, creed up. We'll see, Bath. You know me, man. I hope you're right, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you're right, man. I think, I don't want to talk about boring macro shit. I think it's going to be interesting. I think. Because we don't have an FOMC this month. But September, I think, I don't want the Fed to keep raising. They got to stop here, right? If we bring over Trueflation, sorry to blind you guys, but 2.18, right? What I don't want is the Fed to be tricked into thinking inflation's going back up. That's what I don't want. Because I think this month and next month, it's going to be a little dicey with inflation, but I think after that, it should start curling back down again. But I don't want them to be tricked into thinking inflation's going back up rampantly. I don't think it's going to go back up rampantly. It might just, you might be, back at, in the threes again next month. But yeah, a little spike in food here. Food's going back down. Seafood, little spike here in July and August, or in July. August, it's going back down. Housing is just going down. Utilities is down. Healthcare is down. Household items is already down. Everything's already down. Food, though. Food's dropping back down after a little spike up, though, which is good. Anyways, enough boring. I don't want to talk about macro shit, man. Honestly, I'm so done with the macro shit. Yeah, I'm so done with it, bro, because it's like, there's always a reason to be bearish. It's killing me, man. This whole year, there's always another reason. It's inflation, then it's recession, and then it's banking crisis, and then it's Binance, and then it's SEC, and then it's all so tiresome. It's all so tiresome, dude. It really is. How's stock market futures, by the way? Ooh, stock market ooh, Nasdaq's up 0.35%. Nice. S&P's up 0.22. So, like we've been talking about, we want to start to see the stock market start to get a little bit of bounce. They don't have to bounce here, but once again, where do we typically see Bitcoin do well is when the S&P reaches all-time highs. S&P's been pulled back the last 2 weeks, which is fine. I mean, it's been in like one of the more bullish markets in history, actually. I mean, it's not a hot take to say in history the last 5 months. So good pullback was needed, but this is usually when Bitcoin goes on its runs. We've talked about that a million times too, so I don't really want to talk about it again. But yeah, we want the S&P to go to all-time highs. That's typically when Bitcoin starts pushing all-time highs itself. So that's the S&P. We'll see how that does this week. Now that earnings are gone, thank God. I don't have to heard about the bears talking about earnings. So there's always another reason. You know what I mean? One more time, money printer. Shibby, you know. You know it's coming. You know, they always bring back the money printer, man. They always bring it back. Tony said the Fed is tricking us into thinking that inflation's going down. You think so? Oh, Lord. Yeah, this week, what I'm hoping for this week, guys, like I said, is I wouldn't mind a little dip here on Rose. I wouldn't mind a little dip here on Arbitrum. OP, I think, is already I'm kind of priced out of OP, I think, but I'm happy with OP. Hoping for a little dip on PYR. As this one comes back to the below of the range. Chainlink I'm happy with. Uniswap I'm happy with. XRP I'm happy with. Hoping for more of a dip on Render. I want to add Render at these retracement levels. Still could get there. Not holding my breath though. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Happy with SHIB. Actually wouldn't mind even take some profits on SHIB just because I know Shibarium's coming and I know all the influencers are going to start talking about SHIB now. The news channels are going to start talking about SHIB. Might be some time to take some profits on SHIB. SDEX. Happy with this one. What's some other ones I want to buy? There's some other low caps that I want to buy. These are low caps though. You guys probably don't care about these. You guys can find your own low caps. I'm not a low cap guy. I'm not the channel that's going to tell you about low caps. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like talking about fundamentals. You can go to other channels that are going to talk about fundamentals. Sucks when the weekend is over and you got to start watching all the other crap again. True, Anderson. True. Oh, all the other crap. You know. I'm so sick of the other crap. You gotta watch the other crap. Oh, the DXY is flat today. DXY is it's interesting. The DXY is at this trend line here. 1 rejection, 2 rejections, 3 rejections, 4 rejections. You find yourself right at that trend line again. The DXY looks pretty bullish though. This doesn't look like these other times where you got rejected. This one looks pretty strong this time. So we'll see. But we have gotten some rejections here 5 times. So you're right there. Let me see where you're at. Fib levels. Let me take this to this. You're right at the 618 too. I mean, you're basically in the golden pocket at this rejection level. Interesting. And we know, like we talked about a few times, like this to this. This was a 702 retracement for a dump. And then I think it was this one to this one was the 618 retracement for a dump. And then this one to this one was a 702 retracement for a dump. So if it's going to be like these other moves up, which this actually looks pretty bullish to be honest. But if it's going to be like these other times, golden pocket to the 702 is where I'm looking for a little bit of a retrace back to the downside. So anyways, we'll see. The XY and crypto gonna work off together? Yeah, they might. I think a misconception is the DXY has to go down for crypto to go up. That's not always true. A lot of times the DXY can go sideways and crypto can still go up. Like basically 2021, right? This is what the DXY was doing in 2021. This was obviously the most bullish time for crypto. Was right. Actually, you could say July 2020.
Pepe 2.
Check Pepe 2. I got you, UCs. This was actually the most bullish time for crypto right here. Right? July 2020 to November 2022. Look at the DXY. It just went sideways, right? It wasn't really going down. It just was going sideways. That's one of the misconceptions about the DXY. Is like it has to go down for crypto to go up. That's not true. It's not true. That just gets parroted. You can go sideways. You don't want it to go up like this. And then we're fucked. You know? But if we just go sideways like that, it's fine. What was the other time? Actually, what's funny, right here, 2016 was a bullish point for crypto. Look what the DXY did. You went up, and crypto still went up. You know what I mean? Like right here, look, 2016, May 2016 to December 2016. Look at this. May 2016 to December 2016. Look at it. Bitcoin goes up, dollar goes up. It's not like this one-to-one thing like people make it out to be. As long as the dollar like stays in here, that's fine, right? You just don't want it to go moon again. If it moons again, we're fucked. You know? So like as long as it stays sideways, that's cool, man. That's cool. Let's see. Check Pepe 2. Useless. I got you, man. Pepe 2. Pepe 2. Nice little bounce. This one I assume is just going to follow Pepe. Right? It's mostly going to do the same thing as Pepe, I would assume. Like, Pepe was going down. Pepe 2 is getting a bounce because Pepe's getting a bounce, right? That's what I'm going to assume for Pepe 2. Nice little bounce. Now you're just kind of consolidating here. We'll see with Pepe 2. But, yeah, like I said, I would just assume it's going to follow Pepe 1. Or Pepe 3. Or Pepe 4. Blaze, you're the homie, man. Look at Bitcoin. Look at this dump we had today, guys. Look at this giant dump. Chat was saying massive dump. Look at that 0.5% dump. Man. That was brutal, man. Woo. Glad we survived it. I wish it was a bigger dump. I'm glad we survived it though, guys. I'm glad everyone's still here and man, we can still breathe on the dump. Woo! Man. Let's see. Sand? Let's go look at sand. Sand. Yeah, sand. Mr. Hart, you're looking at some of the same ones I'm looking at, man. Because I see you got the same thing as me, man. You're looking for these ones that are at the lows with some good narratives. And you know how I feel about the Metaverse. You know how I feel about the Metaverse, man. It's a matter of time. My only problem with sand and the Central Land is I think it's early for the Metaverse, but that's the thing. You don't even need to, you don't even really need to time it. All you need is some bullish news. Like if you get any bullish news in the gaming space or Metaverse space, you're gonna see sand and mana pump. That's what happened over here. Remember back here in 2021, basically Meta, Facebook at the time announced that they were creating their own Metaverse, and then that's when like sand and Decentraland went freaking berserk. Those ones went nuts. So like. This chart's pretty good. I mean, you got the downtrend, now you got the sideways consolidation. I've been looking at sand. If I had to pick one between the other, I'm choosing sand over mana. Not that I don't like mana. I just like sand. I think the sandbox game is better. So they'll both pump together if they pump. That's just how they do it. They always pump together. So it doesn't really matter which one you pick really. But yeah, if sand's at these lows, all you need is anything bullish to happen with Meta. If anything bullish happens with Meta, these ones are gone. You know? So we'll see. Come on, Zuck. If Zuck does anything good with Meta, which you guys know I'm a big believer in the Metaverse. I just think it's not right now. I think we're probably still 10 years away from the Metaverse being like massive. But it's not about being massive. It's about the hype before the massive. You know? That's always what the hype is usually more bullish than the actual thing. Shit. You know? Anyways, Yeah, Sand's one. If you and he doesn't even need to be Metaverse. It could just be gaming. Like, as far as the gaming shit, if anything good happens with crypto gaming, also Sand will go nuts. You know, Sand's one of them. I think could actually go a little bit lower. So I'm kind of being a little bit of a bottom dweller on Sand. But no, I got a nice bag of PYR. I've been accumulating this one actually in 2022 and 2023. This one just got a nice consolidation here, dude. But Sand I'd be interested in too. We need Zuck to pull an Elon. Facts. That is so true. Just hold it. Sand was my shit. Yeah, you guys remember Mana was my shit back in the day. I made some good gains with Mana in 2021. But yeah, man. Sand would be my play if like I said, get a little bit lower here. I'd take it. I'd take it all day. All you need is one bullish thing. Like anything. It could be the smallest thing. You know? Whoop. Sand Mana move like Soul AVAX. Facts. That is very, very true. When .com 2.0 moment for altcoins? The .com 2.0. Wayne just wants to see the altcoins go to zero. Wayne, Wayne, I have no problem with you being a Bitcoin maxi, okay? No problem with it, man. And to be quite honest, I don't blame people for being a Bitcoin maxi. You know what I mean? I don't blame them. I actually don't blame you at all. You know what I mean? Like, I guess the thing is for me is the altcoins. I guess how should I put this? Bitcoin is for me. Bitcoin is for holding. Okay, Bitcoin's the bigger picture play. The play that you're hoping what crypto is 10, 15 years down the line, right? Bitcoin's the store of value. Altcoins are like the risk plays with Bitcoin, right? So when Bitcoin's bullish, altcoins tend to perform better. And that's once again, the Bitcoin maxis don't like that. You know what I mean? But it's not a lie. It's true. Historically speaking, in bull markets, altcoins tend to perform better than Bitcoin. Maybe at some point that changes. I'm talking over the big time scale, not in a month over month basis. But as far as like a hold, I would never hold an altcoin. Like holding altcoins, I think in a bear market, there's no point in doing that. But like I said, I don't blame anyone for being a Bitcoin maxi. No one. Zilch. Nada. R-Weave is a buy here for me. Let's look at R-Weave, man. I actually haven't looked at the R-Weave chart. Let's see. R-Weave. It's got a little bit of a wake-off going on here. Once this one, you kind of want to see it get back above here, and that's me being a little bit of a pussy. This is actually very similar to the Sushi swap, right? CAR. I want to see it get back into here, and then I'll like it. It's very similar to Sushi, which is Sushi's one that I'm looking for. If Sushi can get back into this range, I'm a buyer. I actually really like Sushi swap here. Sushi's gotten beat up. Absolute beat up. But this is one where you've already seen retail capitulate. See this big red candle? That's retail capitulating right there. This is smart money buying from all those retail people right there. Big red candle, slow accumulation. If you get back into this range, this one's looking real good. But yeah, you already saw retail capitulate on this candle right there. Which, is what it is. It is what it is. You don't see a lot of these candles in the market. Yeah, but like I said, if I can get Sushi back above here, I'm just gonna mark it off. It's actually very similar to the Shiba chart. If I can get Sushi right, Sushi. I can't say Sushi. Sushi, right there, man. I'll be a buyer right there, and we're playing it back up to the top. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Kennedy. Mike said, but didn't something happen with Sushi when I had that big red candle? It was some really bad news. What did we talk about earlier, Mike? What did we talk about earlier? Bad news marks lows. Certain bad news. There's obviously some bad news that nothing recovers from. Like Luna. You know what I'm saying? Or something really bad, like some type of regulation shit. But I think when you look at this candle here, I think it's I mean, we'll see, but a lot of times these big red candles mark lows. Big bad news marks lows, and then good news marks highs. Just the way it is. It is what it is. Sushi schwa. Psycho Pearl said inflation is getting... Psycho Pearl, you cracked me up, man. You cracked me up, man. I don't never know if you're serious. Psycho Pearl, can you tell me today? I need to know. Are you serious or not serious? I need to know today. I don't know what to think. You know? I need to know today. A ban from China. Oh, Lord. All right, guys, I'm ending the stream. Guys, I'm out of here. Have a fantastic night. This week, by the way, guys, I'm busy during the nighttime. I have to work my McDonald's shift during the nighttime. No, this week I'm doing morning streams this week, right? So I will be live. Probably do 8:30. I'll be live at 8:30. But I'm gonna do some morning streams this week, just because I'm feeling it, and because I'm gonna be busy during the afternoon. So, like I said, we gotta work at McDubs so we can DCA shit and do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the salt and the ketchup all over me. So I'll be doing morning streams this week, right? So I'm out of here. Peace out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the market open. As we got stock market futures are up, DXY is up, Bitcoin is flat, like your mama, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.